Good afternoon, Paw Pack kids. What an exciting chapter that turned out to be yesterday. He opened the book about dinosaurs, and sure enough, his wish came true, didn't it? There out of nowhere was a flying, bat-winged dinosaur, Pterodon. This Pterodon was there and with them in the treehouse, and then the treehouse started spitting out of control, crashed, and in they looked, but it was an oak tree all the same, but not the oak tree that they had started out in. This is really getting exciting. Yesterday I was questioning what in the world that cover picture would have to do with anything, and I think I'm starting to see it. I'm excited to read chapter 3 together with you. For today, you do have a packet of paper with you. The title is A Symbol of Good Fortune. Unlike many reading things, you'll notice I gave you the questions first and the reading is behind it. So let's talk about this technique when we take tests. Maybe it helps us as we're reading through information to know what we're going to go looking for. All right, so let's put our names on top, of course. I'll put mine, Miss P, and a smiley face, of course. All right, Miss Bear's got her name on her paper, A Symbol of Good Fortune. We'll be looking for the subject of this. And then let's quickly just read through. We won't overthink the questions because we don't know the answers yet. But maybe it will help us while we read. Circle the fact that is true. All right, pandas are members of the bear family. Pandas eat more than 12 hours a day. Or pandas hibernate. All right, circle the fact. So that means only one of those things is going to be proven true when we read. Finish each fact by filling in missing words. All right. Pandas are found in zoos and in the country of. So we're going to be looking for what country do pandas live in. Pandas live where the weather is. All right. We're going to want to know about the weather. The people of China blank pandas. All right. So we're going to be thinking about the people of China and something about pandas here. Okay. Well, that's a word that we ought to be able to find pretty easily. I'm not sure I'll be able to say this very easily. Define Ailurpodidae melanoleuca. All right, so we're going to look for that word when we read the text. Define, so that means tell what it means. Next one, number 4. Approximately how many pandas live in zoos today? So we're going to be looking at the number of pandas, see these answers are numbers, that do live in a zoo. They live in zoos. All right. There is another question on the back. Let's see. What fact can be inferred? So that's like an educated guess. All right. That's a good guess. Knowing what you know, you can make a good guess about pandas from the information in this report. So we'll be able to read this report and then make a good guess about one of these answers being true for pandas. And lastly, you're going to use the information in the report to compare pandas and bears. How are pandas alike and bears alike? How are pandas and bears different? All right, so let's read our report. Make sure I have it all in there for you. Try not to knock things down. All right, so a symbol of good fortune. I'll read it once. You'll need to read through twice and underline where we found those answers that we know that we're looking for. All right, a symbol of good fortune. It is fuzzy and black and white. It has a white head with black eyes and ears. It has a white back and tummy and a black rump. It has a short, shaggy tail that is hidden by its rump. It is a panda. For a long time, people debated which family in nature pandas should belong to. Scientists used to think that pandas should belong to the same family as bears. However, they do not rest in winter like black bears and grizzly bears. They do not normally eat meat either. They eat plants instead. They are also not as brave as regular bears. Pandas like to hide from people. Later, scientists believed that pandas were more similar to cats or raccoons. While they do share some similarities with their smaller cousins, they are not the same. Today, most scientists place pandas in the here's how to say it. Ailuropodidae melanoleuca. So let's underline that together because there's no mistaking that big tongue twister. Family. It is a compromise between the bear family and the raccoon family. Ailuropodidae means cat-footed, and melanoleuca means black and white kind. So they're cat-footed, black and white kind. The name fits pandas perfectly and describes how unique they are. Pandas live in the misty mountain forest of China. It is very cold and snowy there. There are no pandas in the rest of the world except in zoos. The first panda to live in the United States came to a zoo in Chicago in 1936. Another panda did not come to the United States for 50 years after the first one. All right, while we turn the page, I'm going to give you a math challenge. The first one came in the year 1936. It took 50 more years for another to come. What was the year? What year did the second panda come? Poor lonely panda. I wonder if pandas can live to be 50 years. All right, I turned the page. Let's keep going. All right. There are only around 1,600 pandas alive today. Approximately 325 pandas live in zoos, and the rest live in the wild. Pandas do not like to live in zoos, so they do not have many babies when they live there. This is dangerous to the panda population. People are also destroying the natural bamboo that pandas need to survive. Without food and natural habitat, pandas may become extinct. That means that all pandas could die if we do not find ways to save and protect them. Pandas like to be alone. If you should visit China, you would probably not be able to see pandas in the forest where they live. They like to climb trees and prefer to hide from people. They are mostly active during the day. Pandas sometimes make a sound that sounds a lot like a goat bleating. It is not a scary noise. It's actually very silly. Pandas like to eat plants. They eat the stems, twigs, leaves, and fresh young shoots of bamboo. They spend more than 12 hours a day eating. They might eat bamboo rat if they are lucky enough to catch one, although they are normally not meat eaters. Pandas have very large teeth. One panda tooth is the size of 7 human teeth. Pandas drink a lot of water and drink frequently throughout the day. The people of China like pandas. Images of pandas decorate shirts and jackets of children. If you should visit Beijing, a big city in China, you will see a fence of black and white metal pandas along a sidewalk. Pandas are a symbol of peace and good fortune, and Chinese people often use the phrase "like a panda" to describe someone who is sensitive, kind, and playful. It's no wonder that pandas are associated with so many admired qualities. They are truly wonderful animals. All right, so I really enjoyed reading about pandas. It makes me want to look up that wall in Beijing, and I'd also like to see a real panda tooth one day. 7 times as big as my own, huh? All right, we did learn a lot of things. As I was reading, I heard some of the questions that we were looking for. I think we could all almost immediately agree that the subject is pandas. All right. Let's take this time to pause, and I want you to repeat what I just did. I'd like you to read back through these questions, read the story one more time, and I would like you to show me where you found your answers. This is a nonfiction story, so that means it is based on facts. It is full of real people, real places, real things. We remember that from our report form. So this is about a real thing, the panda. It's about the real people of China, the real place of China where they live. So go back in, find your facts to answer these questions, and I can't wait to get these papers back from you and see how you do. Please do work on your own so that we can each see how we're doing on our own. This is not for a grade, it's just for you to be able to do your best. You take a few minutes, you should have enough time to have a few minutes of specials or a little bit of freedom before you go. All right, take care, Paw Pack. See you soon.